Okay, we are up to mitzvah number 18, found in Shemais, Parak Yud Gimel, Pasuk Beis, also in Parshas Bay. It's one of the mitzvahs aseh. It's a performative mitzvah. Now, this is first let's discuss the mitzvah. It says, Kaddish kol bechor, sanctify, make holy for me all firstborns. Pater kol rechem b'vnei Yisrael, which is the first to leave the womb among the Jewish people. Ba'adam u'ba'bahema, whether it's of man, whether it's of beast. Lihu, it is mine. So Hashem, God owns all of the firstborns. So it's a mitzvah to make holy for Hashem every newborn male that is the first to emerge, to come out from the mother's womb. First to come out, whether it's human or animal. Now there's a there's a lot about this mitzvah, so we're going to try to be a little bit, make it a little bit more simple. Now, this is, number one, when we say animal, we refer to this only as domestic animals. Well, the only non-kosher animal is going to be a donkey, which is included. But really, it's only domestic animals, even not just
sheep, ox,
particularly cattle and sheep. Okay, but it does not refer to, let's say, someone has like a
horse.
Huh?
A horse.
Well, horse is not kosher, but let's say you'd have, horse is not kosher.
No, I have a deer.
Yeah. So if a person has deer is not included in this because it's not a domestic animal. It's called a chaya. It's not a behema. It's not a domestic animal. People do not grow deers in their backyard. I mean, they don't raise them. I shouldn't say they don't have them because I had deers in my backyard for years. But bottom line is, it's not something that somebody raises.
You don't find a deer farm.
That's right. You don't find deer farms. And maybe you will, but it's not. It's again. That's for venison, but besides that, it's not like it's a very unusual thing.
No, I don't think there's a deer meat because we don't shacht it.
Oh, they do.
Yeah, we do.
They have it.
Giraffe,
They have
we
it.
don't know.
Giraffe.
I saw deers,
giraffe.
especially
All right.
on the highway.
Now, gentlemen, all firstborn animals, whether it is physically perfect or defective, must be presented to the Kohein. So whether it's a shaleng or whether it's even a treifa. However, the owner does not give it to the Kohein as soon as it's born. He must take care of it until if it's a sheep or a goat, 30 days. And for a large domestic animal like a cow, then it's 50 days. It's not a cow, actually, an ox. It's only for the males. Now, Jewish people are not Jewish people. Yisraelim. Sorry. Put the Kohanim separate than the Jews, but no. So Yisraelim, the Israelites, not the Kohanim or Leviim, are forbidden to derive any benefit from their firstborn animals. Therefore, you're not allowed to work it. You're not allowed to shear its, wool, and it's given to the Kohen. The Kohen eats the meat of this unblemished. If it has no mum, it has no blemish of this thing, this animal. He eats it within Yerushalayim after bringing the fat and the blood on the Mizbeach on the altar. However, if it does get a mum, it gets a blemish, then it could be eaten anywhere by anyone who the Kohen decides to give this to. We'll see that later on. Mitzvahs later on. Now, the Chinuch brings down, the Sefer Chinuch brings down, what is the purpose of this mitzvah? And that is to teach us that Hashem owns everything. God owns everything. And the first thing really belongs to God, but Hashem gives it to us. And therefore we have to recognize that the first of our animals, and even our, let's say the sons, have to go to Hashem. We consecrate them to Hashem. They're consecrated. They belong. We can only have after Hashem gives us. So really you should know, just to understand, even when we give tithing, we give meiser, really the first tenth, it all belongs to God. But if we give God the first tenth, we can keep the next 90%. But really what it is it all belongs to God. Yes. Who had a question? Yes.
This is where we see the mitzvah putting them in.
This is the mitzvah. This is exactly where we see that mitzvah of pidyon ben. Belongs to now. The question is for animals, and this is a question that's brought down in the it seems like from the Rambam, and this is what the Chinuch brings down, that this mitzvah is only in Eretz Yisrael. It's not in Chutz La'aretz. It's not outside of Eretz Yisrael. Other everybody asks on the Rambam that, many questions, the Ramban, and it brings down the, other commentaries. They also they ask many questions, and they show how it's everywhere. It's whether it's in Eretz Yisrael, it's even outside of Eretz Yisrael. So, good. And you're supposed to eat it within the first year, whether it's with a blemish or without a blemish. Either way, it's supposed to be eaten. Now, if this animal is owned in partnership with a non-Jew, whether in the baby or whether in the mother, then it is pater from this mitzvah, it is exempt from this mitzvah, and you don't have to give bechor. And whether it's a male or woman, each one has to give up that animal. So if a woman has a business and she owns cattle, she has to also has this same din of giving up